This is your favorite president, Donald Trump, the president of TSA, Tariff State of America, right? I'm doing this because this is not the fake news, or as the Habesha say, the shua media, right? And Saga, she could not be here because I denied her the U.S. visa. So we're going to have a good time. I'm going to be calling all the leaders from Asia, right? Asia, right? China and Russia, and we're going to have a good time, okay?
Hello.
Hello, China. Hello, China.
President Trump, it's an honor and a disgrace to hear from you. Listen, China has been surviving for the last 5,000 years. We are one of the oldest nations in the world. You guys have a history of 250 years. It's not even your land. It's a land of Native Americans. We can't survive anything. We have survived the great Chinese famine. The famine who took lives of 60 million Chinese people. You can't even survive a power outage, Donald Trump, for one day.
I love China, by the way. China. I love China, right? I love the Chinese Constitution, the Chinese Constitution. Rice, dragons, and Bruce Lee, right? We can make a beautiful deal, by the way, China. We can make a beautiful deal. If you guys can give me the Great Wall of China, right? I love the Chinese president, by the way. Xi Ping Pong. He belongs in sports, playing ping pong, by the way. So we can make a beautiful deal, right? A phenomenal deal. You guys give me the Great Wall of China, right? And I don't give you tariffs. I need the Great Wall of China so beautifully so I can block all the Canadians and Mexicans and Ethiopians, right? So we can make a beautiful deal.
Kiss my ass. Listen to Donald Trump. The American people can do nothing without China. Americans want to use an iPhone and Nike shoes. They don't want to make them. Some Americans are so obese, they can't even wipe their own ass.
You're in no position to speak about ass, China, okay? Speaking of ass, a lot of countries are kissing my ass, okay? And you, the Chinese, are eating Africa's wild ass, Africa's jackass, and Africa's grass, okay?
President Trump, who told you China eats grass? We don't eat grass.
Probably glass.
President Trump, you have a lot of nerve talking about eating. America eats up people in Gaza.
You're fake news, by the way, okay? You're CNN. Chinese Noodle Network, okay? I'm driving the people of Gaza for the well-being and security of the Trump Plaza in Gaza.
You are full of yourself and full of shit. You better take China seriously. China is not Zelensky or your fake wig.
My beautiful hair is real, okay? It's not made in China by peasants.
Fine, you should say a peasant. You are Gaza's and Israel's wedding present. Checkmate.
Listen, I'm gonna be changing the name China into China because, as Confucius say, if you don't invade, you're not US made. You're somebody else's made.
Made, huh? You are Elon Musk's mate, to be exact.
It was nice talking to you, China. I'm gonna tell Ibrahim Traore to get all the Chinese out of Africa.
President Trump, one last thing. You will never get China out of Africa. Yellow is the new African pharaoh. Yellow is the new master. We are getting married to Ethiopians, and we're having Hachi's babies, Habesha and Chinese babies. Big head and a forehead with a small eye who can run 10,000 miles. Nice talking to you.
Hello, Russia, hello, Russia. Or should I say my Vatican, my Pope Vladimir Putin, right? My Dmitry, my Zaitsev, right? My vodka and kasha, right? So I did my job so beautifully. Did you see what I did to Ukraine, right? I made Ukraine cry so bad. I made Zelensky cry so tremendously. He's on Emmanuel Macron's lap right now. He's crying so beautifully.
Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, you never cease to amaze Russia. Should I say President of USA or TSA, Tariff State of America or Trump State of America? In the history of the Soviet Union, in the history of Russia, we have never seen a perfect Russian mole or a perfect Russian spy like you, the perfect KGB.
Thank you, Russia. Thank you, Russia. A lot of people think that I'm so dumb, right? I can't speak well, right? Russia, do you remember the time when we came up with the words, right? Tremendously, bigly, beautifully, right? Lalli, lalla. Do you remember that shit, Russia? American people, it's working according to plan, right? A lot of people think I'm so dumb in English, right? A lot of people think I'm so dumb, I make Kamala Dalala so a genius, right? So funny, by the way, so funny. It's working according to plan, Russia. Thank you for having me, Tresha. I think I had the best teacher, right? The best teacher, right? Russia, I am the best spy since James Bond, Jason Bourne, and Getachew Asafa.
That is not Kiev get back, but you are doing your job very well. You are fooling the American people so beautifully and so tremendously. Your cover is not blown, President Trump. Most people think that you are working for Israel. You are working for the Jews. But in reality, you are not Mossad. You are KGB. You are working for Mother Russia. Mother Russia will be forever indebted to you, President Trump. Once you finish your mission, you can come back to Moscow, to your new house, President Trump. It is almost over.
Thank you, Russia. Thank you, Russia. Thank you, Russia. You see, it's so easy to prank Americans. Americans don't ask questions, okay? All you have to do is give them Hollywood, right? TV shows and actors and celebrities, right? You give them fast food, right? Fast food, and you give them medicine, right? You can prank Americans so easy, by the way, so easy, Russia. Russia, my Vatican, how can I forget, right? You gave me the most beautiful Russian models, right? Melania's so ugly, by the way. She makes crooked Hillary look like a model.
So, President Trump, is it true that you are going to pay $5,000 per baby, and you are going to give National Medal of Motherhood for parents with more than 6 kids, eh? Maybe you should give it to Elon Musk. He has 12 kids.
Yes, Russia, I'm planning to give $5,000 for Americans, all right? It's part of my act. It's part of our act. I'm creating a diversion so that the Americans can think they can only focus on making babies, right? I'm trying to make the American people baby-making machines. Well, Russia builds its nuclear machine, right? I know, Russia, maybe I should give the medal to Elon Musk, right? He has a lot of kids. Sometimes I think Elon Musk is Jamaican.
You are KGB, the finest KGB this world has ever seen. The world thinks that you are a fool, Donald Trump. You are an incompetent leader. You are not articulate. You are not fit to be president. But the reality is, that is the KGB mask you are wearing. We outsmarted this world. Russia has finally outsmarted the world.
I know, Russia. A lot of people think that I have low IQ, right? I say normally what U.S. presidents don't say, right? What I say is not presidential, right? But what most Americans don't understand is most U.S. presidents are not just presidents, okay? U.S. presidents are controlled by the papa. It was nice talking to you, Russia. Russia, I love Russia. Before I say goodbye, I want to say, I need some money, right? I need some vodka, and I need some 5 or probably 6 Russian models, right? Because I'm getting tired, really. I'm getting tired, right? It was nice talking to you, Russia. Goodbye. In the media, right? As you have seen, I've made tremendous work with China and Russia. I made a good deal with the Chinese people and with Russians, right? I did a tremendous job, right? So I have to be resting now. I have to take a nap. You guys should be going.